Hey everybody, this is Eno and welcome to the Dynamic Prepper. Well, today I have another ThruNite flashlight for you. This one is the ThruNite Ti4 Max 252 Lumen Penlight. I've actually been really looking forward to getting this flashlight in and reviewing it here on the channel because I've been a longtime fan of penlights for years and years, and you've seen it on previous EDC pocket dump videos and stuff like that that I've done here on the channel. I've carried the Streamlight Stylus Pro. This has been my go-to EDC flashlight for many, many years, up until this past year when I replaced it with the ThruNite Archer, which I reviewed earlier this year on the channel. And the Stylus Pro has been really a go-to flashlight for me, and I really like the form and function of a penlight. So obviously I was very interested in getting and reviewing the ThruNite Ti4 because it brings a lot of the functionality and features that we see in the ThruNite flashlight line across the board and brings those all into a penlight style. So I've been very interested in seeing this particular flashlight, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. So inside we have our owner's manual, which will give us all the functionality information that we need. We have a little thank you card and a small baggie full of O-rings. A couple of O-rings that you can use to replace the ones that come with it. Just a few backups. Pretty standard with any ThruNite flashlight. You're going to get those items that come along with it. And there is our penlight. That is a cool looking penlight. The thing I really like about it too is it's very sleek and smooth, very stylish penlight. It has the orange peel lens reflector in it, as we've seen with some past ThruNites. This particular one is the cool white LED. It comes in two different LEDs that you can choose from, either the natural white or the cool white. And we've taken a look at a couple of different of those in the past, and this particular one is the cool white. So that's what we got here. Let's put our packaging aside for 1 minute and concentrate on the flashlight. So as I said before, this is a 252 lumen flashlight, which is huge. Again, comes in both cool white and natural white LEDs, so you can choose which one you like. It's made out of full aircraft grade aluminum body with a Type 3 hard anodized finish, so it's very abrasion resistant and very durable construction all the way around. A nice belt clip, nice and tight too, I like that. And the functionality occurs from this little button that you see right on the top there. So that's where all of our functionality is going to come in. So the LED being used here is a Cree XP G2 LED with a 20+ year performance lifespan, and it is fully IPX8 waterproof certified. So you can drop this, you can get it wet, you can do all those kinds of rough and tumble things with it, and it's built to last, just like all the other ThruNites that we've seen and reviewed here on the channel. So let's go ahead and check our spec weight. Our spec weight on this is 22.3 grams. So let's get our scale out here, and that's without the battery in it. So we should be in grams. And we are at 22 grams, so we're right in there on our spec weight. So let's go ahead and load some batteries in here, and we'll take a look at the functions and features. It's going to take 2 AAA batteries, and we'll go ahead and screw that back on. There we go. Alright, so we're all loaded up and ready to go. So as I said before, the functionality is going to come from that little clicker button on the tail end of the flashlight, and if we depress that, it will turn on in Firefly mode. So this is the first of our 4 modes. The Firefly mode is a 0.3 lumen mode, and this has a runtime of 137 hours. So to cycle forward into the next mode in our cycle, all you have to do is give the button kind of a little half push. You don't have to give it a full click, but just a little half push. And now we're in the low mode, and this is going to be a 24 lumen mode, and this has a runtime of 12 hours. If we do that one more time, we're going to go into the high mode, and this is the 252 lumen mode, and this has a runtime of 51 minutes, so a little under an hour for the 252 lumen mode. Now if we compare that to the Streamlight Stylus Pro that I have here, which is the one. This is a single mode, and that is about, I think these go at about 90 lumen. I know they're under 100. So that's the difference here, 252 lumen versus the about 90, 80 or 90 lumen that these guys come in at. And of course, it's only one mode, on, off. So if we sort of tap that one more time, we're going to go into our strobe mode. And then if I tap it one more time, we're back into our firefly mode. Now if I go through that sequence, I'm going to show you the cycle. So the cycle goes all the way through twice. So we just saw the strobe mode, and now we're back in firefly. So we'll go through, we have our firefly, now we're in low, high, now we're back in firefly, low, high, and then we're back into strobe. So you have to go through that cycle 2 times to get back to the strobe mode. So it goes firefly, low, high, firefly, low, high, strobe, and then back to firefly. So that's the cycle that you go through. You can change the modes a couple different ways. You can do what I'm doing and just give it that little light little push on the button. You can actually turn it on and off like that and cycle it if you want to do it that way. You can also unscrew very quickly and screw back on the cap, and that will advance your modes also. So a couple different ways that you can advance modes. If you depress and release the button, as I was just doing, within 1 second, it will advance the mode. Okay? Or you can do the little light tap like that without actually fully depressing the button. But if you actually depress the button and turn it right back on within 1 second, it will advance the cycle, will advance to the next mode. If you turn the flashlight off, and I just cycled it into high, if I turn it off and I leave it and I turn it back on within 10 seconds, but after 1 second, it will still be in that high mode. So if I turn it off and turn it back on within 1 second, it will advance the mode. If I turn it off and turn it back on longer than that 1 second, but shorter than 10 seconds, it will stay in, it will have a memory mode. It will stay in whatever mode that I just had it in. And if I turn it off and leave it for more than 10 seconds, it will reset back to the firefly mode. So if you are walking around with this Penlight in your pocket and you haven't used it in a while, you haven't used it in probably all day or something like that, and you kind of quickly need it, if you pull it out, it should be longer than 10 seconds now, and turn it back on, it's going to default back into that firefly mode. And then to get into the higher modes, you just have to cycle through to get into the brighter modes. I'm a little indifferent with this. Some people like this feature. I actually kind of like it. I don't think that blazing a 252 lumen flashlight is necessary really all the time, and of course it would decrease the lifespan of the batteries. So I'm not really too concerned with that. It's very easy to advance it to the next brightness mode or whatever you need. This is not necessarily a tactical light. This is utilitarian light. So you're not looking at having to use this to save your life or anything like that in a split second, but it's really just more of a utilitarian EDC type flashlight, and it will function very well for that, I found. But it does reset to that firefly mode. I actually kind of like that because I like not having, if you're in a dark room or something like that, you don't have this huge 252 lumen light that's blasting light all over the room and blowing out your night vision and everything else. Usually if you're just looking for your keys that you dropped, or you're looking down into something trying to find something, it's plenty of light for that. And if you need a little boost, you can always advance it and use it that way. There are some people that don't like that feature, and I think it probably would be, if I were to give this a function upgrade for maybe next year or something like that, or a newer model, I would probably make it so that the default mode is low, the 24 lumen. So if you were to turn it on and leave it and turn it back off, or turn it off and leave it and turn it back on again, instead of defaulting to the firefly mode, it would default to the low mode. I think that would probably be a little bit more useful, and as far as just having a little bit brighter light for you. But it doesn't really, it's not really a big deal for me. I've been using this flashlight for about a week now, and I've I haven't had a situation where I went, firefly, dang it. It's very useful. You get used to the platform really quick. The firefly mode is very useful, and you tend to pull it out, do whatever you're going to do with it, and turn it off, put it back in your pocket. So I don't mind that. In a couple situations where I've needed a little bit more light, I've just advanced the setting one, and there I am. So it's not a huge deal. What are some other specs that we've forgotten? It's impact resistant up to 2 meters. It has a beam distance of 67 meters, and the dimensions, it's 132 millimeters by 14. So it's a little bit shorter, just a hair shorter than the Stylus Pro, but it is a little sleeker. It's a little thinner than the Stylus Pro was, and of course it doesn't have a lot of the sharp angular features that the Stylus Pro has. Much more sleeker and stylish as far as that goes. Slides really well in and out of the pocket. Clip works very nice. You can remove the clip too. You can just unscrew this cap and remove the clip if you don't want that. If you're going to keep it in a bag or something like that where you don't necessarily want it to have the clip, you can take that off. So lots of good functions. So far I've been really enjoying carrying it. It's kind of rekindled my love of a Penlight again as I've been carrying this one again. So I'm definitely switching over to the ThruNite Ti4, and I've been loving it so far, so check it out. So overall, great flashlight. I'm a big fan. The price point of this is $23.95 on their website, and I will also put a link in the description down there to their Amazon page if you prefer to purchase it on Amazon. You have that option too. Check it out. It's a great pen light. Take it easy.